All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. All right, everybody. Time for the meeting. It's good to talk with everybody and meet everybody. I am Rick Pozos, frugal real estate guy. I've been an investor since about 03-ish, 02, 03. Started in 02 and finally got a deal in 03. And so I've been doing it for a while, doing all kinds of stuff, all kinds of different properties. Did some, like I said, some apartments. Anyway, all different sizes, all kinds of shapes, sizes, and colors. Pretty ones, ugly ones. We're working on about a $400,000 house right now, and I'm still trying to finish out my little ugly thing on the west side that Nick went to go look at with me. Finally got electricity connected yesterday. Took about 4 months to get electricity on at that house because they needed a new wire and trying to get the city out there. Anyway, but today we have Anita Carrasco with us. She is an insurance agent with Farmers, and she does apartment complexes. She does commercial buildings, cars, houses, rentals, businesses, life, just about everything you can think of. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about insurance tonight. And any questions you have, definitely ask her. Anita, go ahead and put your information before you start. Put your name, number on there in the chat, so they can have it there for you, for they can call you. All right, and you just need to unmute yourself, and then we'll be ready to go.
Great. My name is Anita Carrasco, and as Rick said, I've been in the insurance business for about over 20 years. I'm going to go ahead and age myself right now, but I just wanted to share some products. We do offer a variety of products, like Rick stated, but what I'm going to be talking about this evening is builder's risk. Since most of you are kind of getting into investing, rehabbing, flipping houses, I wanted to kind of talk about builder's risk. Have any of you purchased a builder's risk for any of the rehabs or flips that y'all have done? Just, yeah, by raise of hand. Okay. So a builder's risk can do a couple of things. It can protect the property that you've purchased and you're going to be rehabbing, or it can just ensure the contents and the actual rehab. We can do both. And you can also extend liability to the property. So anybody that's visiting, while you're having workers at the house, you have a potential buyer that says, you know what, I don't know if I want you to finish the rehab, show me the house, but something happens, we can get that covered. We can get that covered as well. So we like to work with, you can individually, or you can have a business. We insure both. We can insure contents. If you're trying to build a greenhouse, with green improvements, we do that as well. Rick stated that we also insure vacant homes. We insure a fourplex, a twoplex. Because we are a farmer's agent, I work with Dora Oliveri's office because we are a farmer's agent. If we can't write it with Farmers, we have about 15 other companies that we can work with. We also provide general liability for the contractors. If you're going to start flipping houses, if you're going to start flipping houses or doing remodels and you're going to go downtown to pull a permit, you need to have a GC license and general liability. So we offer that as well. Does anybody have any questions so far? Yes?
On those vacant dwelling policies, do those have to be a builder's risk, or will you do it like through Foremost and use their vacants where they're kind of not that expensive?
That's right. We'll do that through Foremost. So we're going to try to look at the best advantage for yourself with the best coverage. Because I'm going to tell you, like I've told Rick before, you can get this policy. It's going to give you this coverage. But if you're really looking for this, then spend a little bit more money and get this. But if you're not, get this and you've got the coverage that you're looking for.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. One of the other things, as we stated, um, that we do the vacant lots, we do commercial buildings. We, after you rehab a house, if you choose to keep it, we can do a fire policy. We can do corporations, individuals, the same. We can insure up to 2.5 million, and you can get up to 5 million of liability extended to that property. Now, of course, I always try to tell, if you're trying to, if you're an individual, to try to consider becoming an LLC. Of course, I'm not an attorney. I'm just stating that if something should happen, it's always better to, instead of being an individual, to be at least an LLC for the liability purposes and, getting sued. So that's something to consider. Unfortunately, we don't offer that. We do not offer an LLC. We do offer bonds. Rick just got, Rick is a notary now. And so if y'all need anything to be notarized, he can do that. Because he bought a bond, that's how I know.
Definitely. Can you tell us, with your homeowners, and you can get you can get a liability on your rentals, or how is that?
So some homeowners policies, you can extend up to 10 homes that you own individually, not through a company. You can extend liability to 10 homes that you own, that you rent out. And of course, if there's any that are secondary homes that you rent out, say a son lives there or parents live there, you can do that as well.
So if somebody, I mean, you would have a insurance policy on the rental, but
A
the
fire
liability,
policy,
right? But the liability extends, so you can have like a $2 million, $3 million policy. So if somebody slips and falls or something like that,
correct.
you know.
So with farmers, we offer what we call a TDP 1, 2, and 3. Now, of course, 1 is going to be your basic. 2 is going to give you a little bit better coverage, and 3 is going to give you like that vandalism, malicious mischief. If the property is going to be vacant, we're going to ask you, some initial questions. How long is it going to be vacant? All that kind of good stuff. Now, getting back to that builder's risk, as you know, homeowners policies, renter policies, fire policies, those are 1-year policies. But builder's risks, you can buy as small as 3 months all the way to a year. And the nice thing about the builder's risk is, say you're doing a $50,000 rehab. You purchase the house for $40,000, and you're going to do a $50,000 rehab. So we're going to insure the property for $40,000 for the house if you need to, for that to be covered. The home is going to be actual cash value, but the rehab, because it's brand new, and most likely the home is either in poor condition or fair condition, because that's why you're rehabbing it. You're bringing it, to get a higher value. We're going to have the coverage at actual cash value for the home, but the replacement cost is going to be on the rehab. And the nice thing is, have you ever had a rehab and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to have $5,000 of the roof. I'm going to have $20,000 in cabinets and restroom renovation. And you think, I don't want it to be delivered this day because what if somebody breaks it and steals it? That's what that builder's risk does. The builder's risk, the one question that we ask on the application is, have you started the rehab yet? If the answer is no, we're going to take it from 0 all the way until the house is finished. So if any of those things get taken, stolen, I had a house insured, and they had $17,000. They paid the cabinet guy $17,000, and he walked off with he brought it one day, and the next day when he was supposed to install it, he took it and left. So they filed a claim, and they gave him $17,000 to get new cabinets, of course, to hire someone else, but So sometimes you just got to think, if I'm gonna, you don't want to slow the process. You know, some people say, I don't want to get a builder's risk because it's going to be a quick rehab. It's only going to be for 3 months, but you just never know. And you're leaving yourself open for liability. Or even if you're not leaving yourself for liability, do you want that cabinet person that you've been friends with, or I referred you, but he'd never done this before, and then this time he does it? So just have coverage to, to ensure the things that cost you money. Do any of y'all have any questions for me? No? So I'm gonna, I did put my information on the little, in the chat. Oh, sorry, hold on a sec. Oh, here it is. And I don't know if you can, oh no, I'm yellow. So I will send this. Rick, do you have everybody's email, right?
Yes, everybody signed up. I don't know if we can, I don't know how to send it to everybody though.
No, that's okay. If any of y'all are interested or have any information for me, I did put my cell phone number. Feel free to send me a text, give me a call. I just ask nothing after 10, nothing after 10 p.m. Because I do like to watch the news.
A lot of stuff going on in the news right now.
Oh my, yeah, we won't do any
We
politics on
won't get
this.
into it,
But I did want to tell you that the application for a builder's risk policy takes about maybe 20 minutes. And it's easy to process. You know, Rick has done a couple with me. If you have a lien holder or a bank, someone that's going to invest with you, it's easy to get paperwork out to them, and we can write it in about 30 minutes if all the underwriting questions are answered.
and that's the thing, you just gotta know, the siding, the roof, how old, what are you gonna change? I know Anita always, she hits me with all the questions. She says, and what are you gonna do? How much? And who's gonna be the contractor, which is me? And, just all kinds of questions. And if you're doing the rehab, you know all that stuff anyway. So it's pretty quick to
Yeah,
get.
the three basic questions that we're going to ask is that if it's a remodel, if you're adding square footage, because if you're adding square footage, it's going to be a little bit more intense, because we're going to ask you probably for an engineer's report if you're adding square feet. But if you're just doing a remodel and you're just going to be changing out cabinets, putting in a new roof, interior and exterior paint, rehabbing a kitchen, no problem. But when you start getting into the electrical, AC, and adding square feet or moving load bearing walls, that's where we're going to ask you a little bit more questions. Now, these policies can vary. As Nick stated, if you have a policy that we feel that we can write with Foremost because it's a vacant property, you're just gonna do some quick renovation until the house is sold, and you want to have like some vandalism, malicious mischief, because we know how some people, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that don't have homes, and they're looking for a warm place during the winter, that we can provide those policies as well.
Cool. I think I have it so that I can put the meeting on YouTube. So I'm gonna try to do that tonight after the meeting, and or actually first thing in the morning. And so we'll have all that information, and then the notes, I believe, come with it also. But anybody have any other questions real quick for Anita?
As Rick stated, we do offer financial products, life insurance, auto, home. So if any of y'all are looking just to shop, just to kind of get a comparison, my information's on the side, and I'm going to put my email address as well.
Cool.
Thank you for having me this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck with all of y'all on your rehabs and remodels. I wish you all luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. All right. Any other questions? Any other real estate stuff? Or or insurance before she leaves. Just jump in and. All right, so do you think it's going to happen in the Senate? Anybody?
Oh man. Do you have a magic 8 ball?
Just wondering, just throwing
Who
it out
knows?
there. We got a few minutes. It's we're a little early today, so
It's interesting times we live in, is all.
yeah. I think it's going to be close, but and not saying I'm one side or the other. I'm just saying I think it's going to be close. It's yeah, it'll be interesting.
This will be a rather, I guess, entertaining question, if not off topic, semi. Have you guys ever considered or know how one would invest in cannabis if it ever came to Texas? If you'd privately fund a dispensary, for instance, how you'd even contact those type of people? Because it's kind of one of those. It's said and done, so to speak. I mean, you look at all the states across the country, and that's kind of a venture. I was like, it'd be interesting to see how would one get to invest in something like that, especially when it's right popping off right before Texas legalizes, right? Not that that's even up for the docket, but hey, year or two from now, I mean, a lot of the dominoes are falling. So
Yeah, it might be. You said your company's in Colorado, right?
Denver, yeah. When I travel up there, it's legal. So
Yeah,
James, if you enter in Crow Street, they have an offering about a syndication for cannabis.
is that right?
And you
Okay.
will see all the information that they are offering and everything.
Okay. Yeah, that's the type of interesting stuff I'm definitely looking forward to.
cool. Come on, Nick. I know you got something to say about some of this.
I mean, we could just go over to the west side and we could ask around. I mean, they're selling plenty. I mean,
It's already on sale.
yeah. So I don't know if they did all the proper licensing, but bought a house on Delgado last month. They were selling drugs on both sides. This thing just happened to be in the middle. So I
Yeah.
was like, come on, guys.
Speaking on that topic, I mean, it is a very interesting topic. They got to sell it enough to where it's cheaper than street sales, but high enough to make, I guess, their own taxable margins. So it's an interesting topic indeed. I don't personally partake while in Texas, but when in Rome, so to speak, I guess. I've been to Seattle and Denver.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to keep buying some houses. I think we should do more of that. How can me and Rick help you guys out with that? I know somebody's stuck on something. I'm not saying we know the answer, but I'm saying you might as well fire away the question. We got some time. Rick might know. What is the one thing that is stopping you from buying more houses? Somebody go.
More money.
I
need some longer term money is what I need. 3 years, 5 years. If somebody wants to put some money down, 7-8%, that's what I need.
Well, Nick, I mean, I think most people, the problem that most people have is usually two problems, right? Not enough money, not enough deals, right?
Okay. So let's solve the problem. I have that same problem all the time, right? There's plenty of money in the world. It's hard to get because you got to build that trust that people are just going to give it to you, or you got to build a reputation and track record of the banks are going to give it to you. The bank play is a lot longer. So if you don't have that track record, you don't have huge net worth and collateral, then you probably got to find it from somebody else. But somebody has money and they're not doing enough with it. And I think that's who you got to find to partner with. And don't you know, and maybe give up a little more when you're getting going and building those relationships and building your own track record, not trying to get it. You know, if I was looking to borrow money or Rick, I mean, we might feel that we've earned a little better interest rate, but if you haven't, you don't have it, find somebody, give them more of the deal just to get the ball rolling, and don't be scared just to talk to people, because people love to invest in real estate. You just have to make them comfortable.
Wait, actually, are you talking about like JVing, or are you talking about actually getting some private money? Which
I
one are
like the
you?
private money better than I like JVing.
Okay.
I like getting a deal done better than anything else, right? Find a way to get the deal done. People run into, oh, well, I don't want to give up this much of the deal. All right, but so you did no deals. Well, if you do no deals, you make no dollars. And I hate that. Hate that. Right. So how can you work with somebody like Rick partners with people all the time? You know, find a way to put the pieces together to get the deal done. If you have to JV that, you know, you have to give up more of the equity piece, depending on what you're doing, then fine, but get the deal done. You know, bring something of value and then ask for something of value in return. So if you bring the deal, then ask for the money or something along those lines. I like when you can just get into private money, because it's, you give up less of your profit now, but it's still a fair deal, right? There's plenty of people who, when they feel comfortable with you, will loan the money. They just don't feel comfortable enough with you to get in a business with you, right? Deals are there, man, but they're hard and they're frustrating. They're there though, man. I mean, we're still buying them. I think if you're not going to spend the money, then you have to have the hustle. If you're not going to spend the money or have the hustle, I'm going to probably put it back on you that you don't want the deals bad enough. They're there though, right? There's enough people doing it, and just in San Antonio. I mean, I was struggling at the end of last year too, doing the same things I was doing, and I switched it up more online. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have a little bit larger marketing budget going in. I've spent more money, but it has produced more deals. Now my cost per deal has gone up, but at the same time, these aren't my numbers. If I said, give me $7,000 for a deal, you'd be like, oh, dude, that's so much money. But I was like, hey, the deal made you 30 grand. If I say, give me 7,000, I'll give you 30, you'd be like, okay, that's way better idea. You know, I think start thinking it more in terms like that. Like, what do I have to do to get the deal, and work back? It's money or it's hustle. They both produce deals. And then make a plan and get after it. If everybody did that, we would find more. But I could get on my soapbox about that. We don't need that. But if you have specifics, let's you know, anybody, right? Let's talk about it. There's something that's holding you up. What either you're trying to find the golden goose of the deal, right? I buy everything at 60% of ARV minus repairs, and I'm like, you pay $8 a house or what? Because it doesn't exist right now. It does not exist.
But what do you think is like a reasonable, like, I mean, does that formula even work anymore? 75% minus, I mean, does that even work in San Antonio right now? Or is it something that's sort of more reasonable to just look at, if I'm going to flip this, I just need to make a profit, right? So you said the deals are harder to get there. There's more competition. A lot of these folks are being contacted by multiple people. You know, does that mean that, you know, the numbers just are skewing towards there's less profit out there, or?
The numbers are tighter than they have been in the past. It's tough to find 70% minus repairs. The only way I think you're going to find it is if you find it yourself. You have to be direct to the seller. It's not happening. Think about it. If Rick finds a house, okay, I will give him 75 cents on the dollar. So why is he going to sell to you for 70? It's just not going to happen, right? And I mean, you can sell a 75% deal unless it's totally trashed all day. So what do you have to do to move it forward to reach your goals? You may have to do more deals to make $100,000 if that's $1 million, whatever it is. But it's better to do a deal and make 10 grand than no deals. Now, don't risk $500,000 to make 10 grand or something silly, like, you smart, right? I don't think you can look for 70 cents minus repairs if you're not getting it direct. And even if you are, the competition is there, and you'd be really happy at 75% minus repairs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you see, Ricardo?
Yeah, it's about 75. And what you're saying about partnering, I do a lot of partnering with people, and we'll do 50-50. And the first thing they say is, "Oh my God, you're gonna take 50% of my profit?" And I said, "Okay, well then do it yourself." They go, "Oh well, wait, but oh, okay, all right." So it kind of flipped around. Somebody came to me and says, "I have some money. I want to do some deals." And I said, "Oh, okay, well then just lend me the money." And he says, "Well, but I want a percent of the deal." And then I started thinking, "Oh, wait a minute. That's what I was saying before." So, but I stopped and thought about it. And, I told him, I said, we'll do like a 7-8%. And then once we get it done with the deal, you'll get 25% of the deal of the profit. And he says, "Okay, well, yeah, that'll take my interest rate up to, 20 something percent if he was looking at it as a loan." So I said, "Well, yeah, that it will." And, it kind of makes me go, "Oh, man, that's a bunch." But again, it's probably going to be 4 or 5, maybe 6 deals more I'll do per year. So, I mean, it's going to be, at about 20,000 a deal with, losing 5,000 each deal. That's okay. I can do that.
But at the end of the year, you made, 50, 60,000 more. So,
Yeah, definitely.
you really, really think about your goal and back it off in your big picture and how you're going to get there. Yeah, I love marketing, but I mean, it's work, man. I work at it hard. I take a lot of calls that don't go into anything, you know, so it's part of it.
Yeah. And, I'm sending out a lot of postcards now. For a while I wasn't. I was doing a lot of partnerships, I was just doing a lot of deals, and yeah, things slowed down a little bit. And when it does, at first I think, okay, is it just little dry spot? Is it coming back next week? Is it coming back next week? And when I say that a few times, okay, let me get the postcards going again, start sending more and looking through my old lists. And I go through, clean them up, make sure they still own the house and everything, and then start sending them out again. And it's just marketing. It's just, I don't spend the thousands of dollars a month. Um, but then again, I do a deal a month, every other month, maybe. Hopefully this year it'll be 10 to 15 deals. So I'm hoping every month to get a deal. Um, I just got one January 1st, and it was actually pretty good, pretty clean. And somebody just happened to ask me if I had a rental on the west side or northwest side, far west or northwest side. And I said, "Well, you know what? I do." I said, here's the address. Here's the price. Tell me what you think. And, we got it sold. We should be closing in the beginning of February. And I was like, "Oh my gosh. All right, cool." Got one done. And actually it was, the guy brought it to the group. I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. And he said, there's not much equity. Payments are big, but it's a nice house. And they bought the house a little over about 2 years ago. And I thought, wow, that's just not going to be a deal. But prices had come up. They put a little bit of down payment. So yeah, so it's going to work. Crazy things, just finding people, talking to people. Um, sometimes you just chat about real estate. Um, maybe people from work, and then all of a sudden they'll tell you, "Hey, my cousin needs to sell their house," and you say, "Oh, wow, great. Give me the number. Let's call them." You never know where you're going to find a deal. you know, I do the marketing channels, but I just talk to people, and somehow, some way, I get deals. It seems like magic, but it's really from constant talking to people.
It's consistency. It's consistency because you're always doing it, and it works. Like all the marketing ways work if you work them hard and you're consistent about them. You know, Rick does what he does. It's not like what you see in the management, but he does it all the time. And so stuff pops up and stuff comes to him, and people are like, oh, I heard about, well, you would do this and that, and then maybe right or wrong, but they're close enough that he can talk to them and then kind of work that towards a deal. Or throw a bunch of money at it.
Or yeah, throw a bunch of money. But the quickest, easiest way is talk to people at work, talk to friends and family. I mean, they know you, they trust you, you know, get the word out. Put it on your Facebook that that's what you do, your occupation, or I don't remember what it says on there, but mine on all my business page, my personal page, it says I buy houses. And yeah, people end up asking about it. So what else? What else? Any other thoughts, ideas, questions? Well, all right. It's about that time. It's almost 7:40. Well, thanks everybody for coming out. I'll put another announcement for the next meeting, second Wednesday of the month. Come on out. Glad you came out today and hope to see you again. See you guys
Thanks,
soon.
man.
Many blessings, Rick. Go find those houses. And I have 7,000 if I can make 30.
I thought you might.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.